Jaws is about a big effing shark. Alright? Like, I want you to imagine a big shark and go ahead and just triple it. Was it 20 footer? Nah, 25. The movie starts off with a bonfire with some wine coolers. These people were definitely DTF. Anyway, so this one girl, let's go swimming. You know, they go in the water, except he passes out drunk on the beach, which I can relate. Anyway, she swims out to a thing, and then and then it eats her. The shark. The Jaws. Sucks, because it's like 4th of July, you know? And that's like super busy season for the beach goers and That's good. So it's busy season for the beach, and Mayor Bag is like, what? There's a shark attack? Nah, the sharks don't do that. Then there's my main man, Chief Brody. I don't know what his name was. Scott? It definitely was not Scott. Anyway, so Scott Brody, he rounds up some guys, and they look at this freaking dead body that washes up on shore. By the way, the girl from earlier, her body washed up on shore. And that's how everyone's like, there's a shark! Probably. So, you know, they're looking at her, and the mayor bag's like, how can be anybody's dead body? It doesn't mean a shark did it. 4th of July weekend, this little community is all like, they want the money. They want it. Hard. No one's gonna come if you're like, hey, like, you can totally swim here, but there's like a 98% chance you're gonna get eaten by a shark. Which most Americans, I mean, they're eating Tide Pods these days. They probably, what? Okay. So they're like, okay. So Scott, the chief of police, he's like, we should probably not swim. That sounds reasonable. You know, there's sharks and there's water, and maybe you don't go in it, and the sharks won't eat people. Literally everyone in this town is like, excuse me, Chief Brody, it's 4th of July. Everyone knows I go swimming on the 4th of July. Like, just wait. Mayor's like, no, we're going to keep this beach open because I need the money, cash. And Chief Brody's like, listen, man, like that shark that's definitely eating people, maybe it wouldn't do that if we didn't go in the water. No, that makes literally 0 sense. So they open the beach anyway. Everyone's at the beach, and Chief Brody's there too. And he's hanging out with his wife, and they're chilling there. And no one's going in the water, though, because everyone, like, at that point, this tiny little town, everyone's like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go in the water. The mayor goes over to his buddy, he's like, listen, Ted, he's like, I don't get why these kids aren't swimming in these shark-infested waters. But I'd like it if you maybe set the trends. We're going to go in the water. And then, like, in a matter of seconds, I've never seen this many people unorganized do anything that, like, what's it called? Synchronized? Like, I can barely get 3 people into a Wendy's, and we all came in the same car. Let's go swimming, because Mayor Face said, you do it. You won't. Hold on. They go in, and this is going to shock the living shit out of you. The shark Jaws literally eats a kid. Like, hard. Literally on camera. It's fine. The mom of that kid, not super happy. The mayor's like, what? So I think they call in, like, a marine biologist. He's the guy from the mountain of potatoes with the fork. What's his name, class? What's his name? What's the actor's name?
Richard Dreyfuss.
Sure, Richard Dreyfuss. Good man. You get it, Dad. So Richard Dreyfuss shows up, and he's all like, listen, man, I'm here about a shark. And Chief Brody's like, dude, bro, we have a shark. The mayor is like right there, like sniffing hard. The mayor's like, I don't know what kind of your sharks in your town do. He's like, our sharks definitely aren't eating people. Literally 40 minutes after that kid got eaten. So we don't need your kind. And then Chief Brody's like, hey man, like seriously, Richard Dreyfuss, if you mind sticking around, we literally have a shark problem. They've put like a $3,000 bounty on this shark, and everybody with a boat is just driving around. They're just like, we're gonna catch the shark. And everyone's doing that. And then, like, the next day or whatever, these guys show up and they're like, dude, bro, we caught this shark, and it is the weakest freaking shark I've ever seen in my life. I mean, they were looking for a shark that could swallow, like Buicks Alright? Like the big ones. Buicks are big, right? So they get this little limp-ass tiger shark, and they're all like, this is a shark. The mayor is like, immediately like, okay, perfect. We got a shark, open those beaches, get everybody in the water. Richard Dreyfuss and Chief Brody, they're just like, listen, man, that's a weak-ass shark. So later, they get drunk on wine. They prefer reds. Finally, they're just like, listen, man, we're going to cut this shark open. And if we don't find at least 2 bodies in there, that is not our shark. It was kind of gross, and it was kind of a waste of condensed milk to film the scene. So they peel open this weak-ass shark, and sure enough, there's just like fish and license plates, and definitely no little town kids. That's not our shark. Because the shark can digest at this rate per hour and blah blah nerd shit. That limp-ass shark was totally not the big shark that we're looking for, which of course me, the audience, was like, yeah. And then there's this like grizzly-looking motherfucker. Clancy, what was that guy's name? Skip? Scott?
Salty Dog.
Salty Dog, good. There's a man named Salty Dog. So Salty Dog is like, listen man, I'll kill the shark. I'll kill the shark. Where you going to cost you 10 grand? He literally holds up 5 fingers. Gotta do it myself. He's getting his harpoons ready, and Chief Brody and Richard Dreyfuss, they're like, listen, man, we don't remember the plot device that gets us over here, but we're gonna come with you on that boat, and we're gonna skewer that shark. Yeah, okay. Welcome aboard the Orca. The finest vessel this side of Cape Cod-ish area. That needs a refill. Woo! They're on this boat. 3 gentlemen. We got Salty Dog, Chief Brody, and Richard Dreyfuss. Literally first fish they catch, the shark. So they get this shark first try. And they got chum. They're just like, alright. Chum is fish guts covered in fish. And apparently sharks like that. So the shark shows up, and it's bigger than they thought. They shoot it with a gun, and the gun's got a tow cable on it, and that's connected to a barrel with air. Salty Dog's like, we're gonna hook it to the barrels, and I never met a fish that could handle 2 barrels. Well, guess what? He hooks it with a barrel. And he's like, she won't be able to go under. Immediately goes right under. And the shark is stronger than the air. Alright? They hook it again. They hook it. They hook this thing because the barrels show up and they're like, oh, I know there's a shark around here. It's just like right there. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Alright? That's the quote from the film. Richard Dreyfuss is like, hey guys, remember that time I brought some of my well, it turns out it's this big spear filled with shark repellent. And then there's like this 80s montage of them like putting a cage, shark cage. It's like, shark be gone, you know? So they put this cage in the water and it's hooked up to the boat. And Richard Dreyfuss is like, listen, man, I'm going to get in this cage and I'm going to poke the out of that shark. So anyway, so he's underwater. He's underwater in this cage. The shark's like right there, like Richard Dreyfuss! And then he's like, holy shit, that's a big shark. Richard Dreyfuss is not loving this. Richard Dreyfuss drops his shark killing stick, like immediately. He swims away. The shark's too stupid to notice that the thing he wants to eat isn't there anymore. Pretty sure the shark eventually just jumps on the boat. Shark's like right there, like hard. And the boat's kind of like doing a backwards Titanic, you know? So here's the boat and the shark's here and he's all like, nom, 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 nom. And the Salty Dog's here. And he falls. Shark like gets him. Like, it was pretty bloody. Like lots of blood. Lots of blood for the kids. So now Chief Brody is kind of like, alright, so that's start. Let's got a rifle. So he's trying to pepper this thing. And this shark is not loving that. He's ripped. Meanwhile, the boat's sinking because there was a big shark on it about 30 seconds ago back when he was eating the other guy. So Chief Brody, he finds like a scuba tank. He does the old scuba tank in the mouth trick. And the tank's just like in its mouth. If you shoot a tank of compressed air, it explodes. The boat's sinking fast. Chief Brody and the shark, Clash of the Titans. The shark is swimming hard. Now at this point, Chief Brody's like in the water, just like basically just on what used to be a boat, but he's still got his rifle, and good thing gunpowder can't get wet. Chief Brody's shooting. And he's shooting, and he's like, alright, I gotta shoot the compressed air. And then finally, like after like 9, like I don't know if it's the last bullet, alright, and that thing's head explodes. I would have rather been eaten by a shark than get covered in what he got covered in. Jelly. Finally, after that show, Richard Dreyfuss finally comes out from the depths. And then they basically high-five. The barrels come up. They find the barrels again or something. And then they're like, well, we should probably get on these seeing as they float. And the movie just sort of ends with them swimming to shore. It's a great movie. It's okay.